Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Can you tell me your name, please?
I'm Pamela Matherly.
Okay. What do you teach, and what's the kind of general area you teach in?
I teach for Pittsylvania County Schools, and I teach music education on the elementary level.
Okay, so it's K through what? Third, fourth, or
K through 5.
K through 5? Okay. Okay.
Actually, preschool through 5.
Okay. Okay. How long have you been a teacher here in that area?
In the area, I've taught for 10 years.
Okay.
In that school system, just for 2.
Okay. Okay. About how many classes do you see a week?
I see 25 to 27 classes a week.
Okay. Okay. Why so many compared to? That seems like a large number.
I'm what's called a specialty teacher.
Okay.
So I only see each class for 40 minutes once a week.
Okay. So you probably don't get to know your classes as well as
Not as your
teacher.
traditional classroom teacher.
Okay. Okay. So how, in terms of special needs students, disabilities, how does your school generally treat those students? Do they use an inclusion model? Do they take them out of the classroom? Is it a bit of both?
There's a bit of both, but I have one special needs classroom that's all inclusive, and that's one that I really enjoy meeting with.
Okay. Okay. So in terms of that one special inclusion classroom, what kind of students do you have in there? Is it just kind of just a general mix of, or is it just more students without disabilities and a couple just sprinkled in there, or?
Those are extreme special needs students.
Okay.
I have some that have severe cerebral palsy, and some that have English as a second language, and that are blind as well, and some that are confined to a wheelchair for other reasons as well.
Okay. Okay. So generally speaking, how do you adapt a music lesson to some of those particular students, especially ones who don't understand English or just have difficulty communicating at all?
The one student that has English as a second language and that's blind and doesn't communicate verbally so much, but she'll hum. I've heard her come through the halls with her tapping stick, and I've heard her humming things. So when she comes into my classroom, I try to have a Spanish song that I'll play, and I'll adapt that to her, and she lifts her little face upward, and she'll rub her tummy when she feels the music, or I'll tap the beat so that she can feel it, tap to her legs, or something like that. So what I'll do is I'll take a kindergarten lesson or a preschool lesson, and I'll adapt it to them so that they can feel the beat, something like that.
Okay. Have you found out, you said English is her second language, have you found out if she responds at all to English songs as much, or does she react better to the ones that are in Spanish, or is it kind of just 50-50?
It's 50-50, but 50-50, but when I play Spanish songs or Latin American songs, that's when her little face will light up. So I can tell that she's heard those or been around that type of music a lot more.
Okay. So does she speak at all, or does she just?
There's no verbal language.
Even in Spanish, you maybe guess you'd heard it a bit more.
I know that from her background that she comes from a Spanish-speaking home.
Okay.
And I can tell from her responses to music that when I play one type of song over another, just by the way her face lights up, that she is familiar with that type of music.
Okay. Interesting. So do you think she understands just Spanish more than she would be able to English? Do you think, like, if you were to, say, pay attention or here we go or something like that in Spanish, she would be better able to adapt to that or respond to that? Or do you think her understanding of it's more just limited to music?
Well, I do know Spanish enough to be able to give those instructions in Spanish. So I can give those either way. I know that the teachers who are with her all the time do both.
Okay.
I think that just watching her in the hallways and seeing her in my music classroom, her responses, she responds more actually to music than I've seen her respond to verbal.
Okay, that's good. It's always nice to know.
Yeah.
Are any of those students you know have to adapt? Any major changes you have to do for particular students, or is she kind of the big one that comes to mind?
She's the biggest that comes to mind because I've seen the most response from her.
Okay.
And even just if I pull out a jazz number, and if it's something that she really enjoys, her little face will turn up and she'll rub her belly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I really enjoy.
Okay.
And with all of those students, I adapt as more than I do preschool kids or even kindergarten students, just helping them feel the beat by tapping them, and passion which is something that we learn to do.
Okay, fair enough. So I know you said you had the one inclusion class. So are the rest of your classes just, I mean, what would you call them, disability free, or is there the occasional student in there, or?
They do mainstream some of those other students that don't have as severe disabilities. They mainstream those.
What do you
into
mean
the
by
classrooms.
mainstream?
Well, they are included in the traditional classroom settings. Like we have some children who are on ADHD medicine or who have, let's say, oppositional defiance, who are mainstreamed or who are in the traditional classroom with other students.
Okay. I mean, do you have to adapt any of your lessons for them, or is it much less severe than how you teach things?
It's much less severe than that inclusion classroom that I've talked about.
Okay.
I'm made aware of those situations, and so I try to watch, and I see those things. If I see that little Johnny is having a hard time with another student, or if I see that he's fidgeting or whatever, I vary my lessons such that, well, music is different than your traditional subject anyway.
Yeah.
I try to vary the lesson always where we're up moving, we're doing things, so we don't have to sit still as much, which you're trying to adapt in traditional lessons now anyway.
That's true. Well, that makes sense, right? Thank you so much.
You're welcome.